Hey guys, Mike, IronTrap Garage, and today we're going to work on unloading the trailer from all the stuff that we grabbed at that restoration shop in New Jersey. So I'm going to work on getting all of this unloaded at the warehouse and kind of organize it and go through it a little bit so we can show you guys what we bought, because honestly, we're not even sure what we bought. There were so many of us picking up different things and putting in piles. Matt and I aren't really sure 100% what we got. So I'm gonna get it all to the warehouse, get it unloaded, try and organize it a little bit, and then Matt and I are gonna go through and show you guys what we grabbed. So let's get to the warehouse. Got a lot of work to do. All right, we got everything up into the storage space. Thank you to one of our local helpers, Rich, that gave me a hand unloading the trailer today and dragging everything upstairs. So we're gonna go through things kind of pallet by pallet and show you what we got. I'm not really super familiar with all of this stuff. It's kind of been learning slowly. So I have some of the stuff laid out now. Gonna put it away, go through pallet by pallet and try and organize it. So next week and this winter when I'm selling, things are organized and they're easier to go through. So first, we have some spare tire rings here. There's some more buried I need to find, but there's some smooth ones here. I'm not sure what they fit, of course. I believe this is an early Ford one here that is ribbed. And there's this one, which I don't know what it fits, but if I remember correctly, there is tag here. It says what it fits, and it's tire size 650/17, and it's made by Duesenberg. It's kind of neat. There was a few of these upstairs, but they were all pretty rotten. This one obviously has a big dent in it, but other than that, it's pretty solid. No rot or anything. I don't know what it fits. I have to obviously gonna be spending a lot of time researching what all of this stuff is, but then we have some smooth ones that are painted. We have 5 or 6 chrome ones. I'm sure these will end up going to hot rodders or motorcycle guys that'll cut them down and run them as fenders. We saved these doors. They're pretty interesting. These window frames are actually cast. So this one and this one are from the same car, I believe the same side. And this is from a different car, but is the same style. The window frame is cast, then the door skin is welded to it, and then body worked in. So it's kind of interesting. We're not sure what they fit, but we wanted to save them, especially the window frames, because you can't really reproduce them. The door skins you can make, but you're not going to find anyone that's going to cast these. You look up this part number, figure out what they fit. If anyone knows what these parts directly fit, send us an email. It'd be great to get a little help identifying all this stuff and get it to the right homes. So I believe these fenders here are Packard. They have body lines on the bottom edges. This is a matching set. These are fiberglass, and then we have a bunch of rear fenders. Not sure what this is. It's got these ribs here, but then we have a few random rear fenders. We have this one here. I believe this is 32 Packard. Not 100% sure. I need to look at it closer. I was looking up a hood side we have, and the fenders look the same. And then we have a matching set here. They're not next to each other, but they have this front line here. I believe that's Auburn as well. And we have this single one. This matches the fiberglass rear fender design. So I think that's Auburn as well, but at least we have matching pair of fronts. And then over here, we have some bumpers. I have some more in one of the other bins. A good handful of them are Auburn with the badge, and I think there was another flat one. It was like 35 Auburn. So bumpers are going to take some time to identify. And then We have cows. That is a early Dodge. I think it said 31. I believe that is a Roadster cow. So it's rough. We saved both of these cows from basically being destroyed. The guy that was running the Bobcat, as he was clearing the property, was just picking stuff up and crunching it, and we actually lost one of these that was not as complete or nice, but he basically grabbed it and crunched it and moved it to the side. Luckily we were able to save this one before it met its fate. That's a 32, I believe, Packard hood side. The side louvers and the handle in the middle. I might not be exact, but I'm almost positive. I got this cool seat frame. I don't know what it fits, obviously, but we might be able to actually utilize that for a car. We'll see. We might be able to identify what it fits off of some measurements, but really good shape. Surprised it lasted as long as it did up in that attic. It didn't get eaten up or leaked on. So I'm gonna get all this put back into storage and work on going through these pallets, and we'll see what goodies we find. There's some good stuff hidden in here that we didn't see that Pete snagged without us knowing. So I actually forgot our grill is here, but we'll take another look. I didn't show the front of this Auburn firewall, but it is really solid, very complete. I'm very surprised this is as nice as it is because it was sitting outside in a pile of parts. It doesn't really seem to have a ton of rot. Definitely gonna put this up for sale. Someone could definitely use this. The Dodge Brothers cow has actually seen better days. But this grill shell was hidden under here. I forgot about it. So this is a Auburn grill and radiator. The only bad part is this front trim section that is cast is broken. There's another like splash panel that goes on the front of this grill. We thought it was cut at first, but it's just missing the lower apron. So that's good that we saved that. That'll definitely go back out on the road. Matt was thinking about keeping it, but he's decided that we're gonna sell it and get it back on a car. So only bummer is that. Fortunately, this was broken before we found it. This didn't get damaged in transport. So get all this stuff moved and we'll take a closer look at what's in all these bins and pallets. All right, more fenders. I forgot we had these. So this one is labeled. It is 1910 Packard. I'm not sure if this is originally aluminum or this is made in the restoration shop, but this is not supposed to be bent here. This is all supposed to be flowing and straight, so it is usable. It just needs a little bit of repair, but thankfully it's labeled and we don't need to figure out what it is. Then we have, I think these came off the same car. The bead design in them looks the same. They're both, let's see, that's probably, yeah, driver's side, front and rear. And we have these cool doors. I'm not sure what they're off of. The little like speedster or roadster doors, but they are stamped here on the side in the wood. They have 780 on them. I'm not really sure what they are. They're really solid. They have these cool little pouches in here for storage, door latches and all that stuff, and it's all, you know, working and really solid. Just has a little bit of surface rust on the outside. There's no like rot or anything. Has the trim on the top, so I'm gonna do some research on those. These front fenders look like they were made as well. They're bare metal right now. They're made in two pieces. There is a set of rivets here on the side, but I'm not sure these are like old reproductions or is this something they made in the body shop. But there's a pair of them, at least front pair. Windshield frame I need to identify. This massive exhaust manifold for a straight 8. There is some damage to it on the flanges. A few of the flanges are cracked, but it's pretty neat. We had to save it. Old gas tank. I'm not sure what that's out of either. Could be Duesenberg, Auburn. It's big and very heavy. Surprisingly, it's got some weight to it. I got some fender well patches here. We need to identify what they go to. And we have one of the trunks that we were able to save. All the other ones were really rough. The bottoms were gone basically when we went to pick them up. But even smells like mothballs. It's really clean on the inside. There's a few parts hiding down there. I think this has I have to look at it closer and see if there's a manufacturer's tag on it so we can identify what it's for. We have this hood here, which I have not identified yet. I've been trying to look at some photos to figure out what it fits. The louver pattern is kind of not odd, it's just different than what I've seen on all the other cars. I know there's also a neat bead design that comes around down the edges. So I gotta look into this one a little bit, figure out what that exactly is and what it fits. And of course we have this cool Auburn trunk, which Matt was looking at, is actually pretty hard to find and pretty desirable. So cool. Once we identify what your Auburn that fits, that'll be up for sale. And this, there's just some odds and ends. Steering box. This is off a 31 Buick. He bought for $4. It's labeled here. 31 Buick. I don't know where it goes on the car, but it fits a 31 Buick. Some grab handles in here. One of the very few early Ford parts we found. Front hub. This is like NOS, Ford, 1971 Ford NOS. This is NOS. Another grab handle, some wheel covers. So that's through a couple carts. I'm gonna put all this stuff away, and then we're gonna go through that cart, and we'll breeze through all the pallets and see what's there. All right, got 2 more carts unloaded. Take a look at this pallet real quick. So we have 2. There's another one over there, but I believe this is for an early Cadillac. They're mostly for Buffalo Wire Wheel Company. These are the drums that match the wire wheels, and I think we have 5 that match these wheels. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they fit multiple different vehicles. I think there's numbers on them that we need to match to see what they fit. And then we have 2 Auburn intake / exhaust manifolds. I ran this part number here on this back one, and that's what it seems to fit, is an early Auburn. We have a grill trim surround. I need to figure out what it fits. Some shop supplies. I'll go through these in a minute, but I finish off all the big stuff before we get to the smalls. This bumper here is the one that was labeled 35, 36 Auburn. So that's good. I don't think we have any other ones to make a pair. There's another one of the ones with a lot of shape to them. Has the Auburn 8 badge. Not sure what this bumper is. It's kind of neat that it's separated. There's our chrome spare tire covers. We got 3 of them. Headlight bar, need to identify. Spare tire mount that is insanely heavy. This is all cast iron. Like probably 70 or 80 pounds. It's got some weight to it. Need to identify that. Spare luggage rack I need to identify. Neat NOS. I believe this is 44 Ford truck, 40s to 60s NOS original from dealer. It's new, so that's kind of neat. We found a bunch of other mufflers upstairs, but they're in way worse shape. Neat cast windshield frame. Don't know what it fits, need to identify. Another cast windshield frame. Both are very, very heavy. Some windshield halves. That back one actually has a Pennsylvania inspection sticker on it. I can't make out a year because it looks like it was handwritten. Another windshield frame. Need to figure out. It's cool. It's got, this might be a right-hand drive car. It's only got a wiper on the one side. So that's probably a right-hand drive. 35, 36 windshield frame top. Couldn't find the bottom. Buick straight 8 spark plug wire cover. Pete found that downstairs. We got this big splash apron. Not sure what it's off of. It's like 41 to 46 Packard front grill guard. I had a photo of that and I did some research on it. Only one wheel skirt. The other one was absolutely demolished. I believe the box said 72 Ford. Those are both NOS. This is 71 Ford front grille. That's NOS. Some spare tire covers. I don't know if this was a front fender or somebody took a spare tire cover. And it looks like it was modified, but it looks like somebody took a spare tire cover and cut it up to make fenders. And these are also kind of neat. Somebody took a spare tire cover, cut it, and I believe they were going to do the same, make cycle fenders out of them. So these are kind of neat that they match. And then we found this 37 Cadillac hood. It's a big boy. V8, it's all complete. Has both of these garnish moldings in the side. Has the handles on both sides. The stainless trim. The only thing it's missing, I should say, it is not complete. It's missing the chrome strip in the middle that puts them together. It was probably there and we just didn't notice it, but this is a gigantic hood. So I'm gonna try and put some of this stuff away, and then we will go through the, we'll highlight a few things on each pallet that's pretty neat. There's a ton of stuff we need to go through yet. So I'll dig through them, find some cool stuff, and then we'll wrap up the video. All right, I pulled some neat stuff out of all these pallets. We'll kind of work down and end down there, some neat stuff. So I missed this upstairs. Matt found this. This is under a bunch of Chilton shop manuals. It's really, really neat. The colors are very vibrant. Matt's gonna save this. This is gonna go in the upstairs. It kind of matches his Kelly Springfield tires sign. So this is 100% a keeper, which I don't blame him. It's really neat. So down here we have some, we found an early Ford radiator, which is pretty nice shape. These are those wire wheels I was talking about with the hubs. There's another one there, has a Cadillac screw-on cap, and then these are the split rings that go on the outside edge of the wheel. And then we have two Auburn hubs here. That one has a cap, this one doesn't. It's kind of neat. Got some heaters. There's some shop parts in here. There's headlight lenses back there, which are kind of neat. They're matched sets. There's a bunch of other random stuff. It's kind of a mess. I need to go through it. Some bumper overriders, some other stuff. We found this downstairs, a Milton driveway signal bell. There is no hose, but it's kind of neat, still rings. Found these very neat beveled glass, like roadster side windows, and a bunch of trim. Unfortunately, there was one more downstairs, but the glass was shattered, which is a shame. I picked up a bunch of these spindles. There's a couple different styles. I'm not sure what they are, but they appear to be brand new and covered in Cosmoline. Still covered. It's like still kind of flaking off. So there's probably 8 or 9 or 10 of these that we grabbed that I'll need to identify and try and sell. But we figured we'd grab them and figure it out later. Matt found this cool magneto upstairs. Is a Eisman. It's kind of neat. It looks like it is for a 4-cylinder. There's only 1, 2, 4 spark plug wires at the front. Got to pull some numbers off of that, see what it fits, and then we got a bunch of these. These are paint code books, PPG paint code books, 89, 91, bunch. Most of these are European, Alfa Romeo, stuff like that. So they don't make these anymore, so guys can find these valuable in paint shops because they actually have real samples on the inside. We probably got 5 or 6 of these books. So there's that stuff, a couple heaters. Found these taillights upstairs. They're in a box for new taillights for like a modern car. I'm not exactly sure what they are. I need to research, figure out what they are. We did find some early Ford round back spindles. They were upstairs. It's funny how there was some very few Ford parts mixed in. Some more shop supplies, a bunch of lever shocks and strap shocks, which I'll show you. I pulled one out. There's a headlight bar, horn buttons, some more wire wheels. Here's that strap shock I was talking about. Kind of neat. Some more shops. We actually got a bunch of shop supplies, heater hose and stuff like that. There's a few spotlights. This one's kind of neat. It's got a way long arm on it. There's a Winfield card back there. Some more of those spindles. Just e-brake handle. I'm trying to breeze through and pull out some of the cool stuff. So we'll turn around. This is some of the neat stuff that we found upstairs. Found a bunch of paperwork, really early paperwork. XI batteries. I don't know if there's a date on this. XI handbook. So it shows you all the different batteries needed. Pictures. That glass battery upstairs might have been XI. All kinds of neat stuff. It's in fantastic shape for the age. I gotta see if there's a date in it somewhere. That's neat. Another paint sample. This one's earlier, but it's a 67 automotive colors. So there's another one there. That one's 50s. There's another one there. Another one over here. Some Overland and Willie's Night paperwork. some early stuff. Trying to not bounce around. We found this is kind of neat. Spark plug wire set. I don't know if this will be usable as they're kind of odd lengths, but it's a really neat maroon color. Cut the length with the ends. Worst case, kind of just sits on the shelf. Wiry Joe from Crescent Company in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. So there's some more paint sample books, 58, 53. The books are in bad shape, but people just want them for the color samples on the inside. Amoco lubrication chart. We got a bunch of these which are neat. There's a bunch of super early paperwork upstairs that we have to go through and look at. This is Vidal, another lubrication chart. This is neat. I'm gonna hang on to this for myself. I have a bus fuse display. Some cool bus fuses and part numbers for vehicles. Found this neat push-pull control. We're actually gonna try and use this on Beautiful. Change the knob out to something different, but I use this for the Columbia rear. It's kind of neat. Glad we found that. Steve actually found that in a pile of stuff. Then we have a bunch of unknown carburetors. There's some Carter, there's some Winfield, there's this Schiebler. There's some odd shaped carburetors. We grabbed as much as we could. This one's kind of neat with that filter on it. And then this one too. Oh, have a Marvel heat control system. That's kind of neat. So there's a bunch of stuff I need to go through. There's a ton of smalls that I have to sort. But the neatest thing I think we found, which is actually kind of neat for hot rods, this is a Winfield. It's like one of the first things Matt found when we went upstairs. It's a Winfield Chevrolet inline 6. So it fits a 29 to 36 stove bolt, I believe. So that's kind of neat. All right, so that's a little bit of a more detailed look at all the stuff that we grabbed last week at that abandoned body shop. Still have a lot to go through. I barely brushed the surface. There's a lot of stuff I need to identify and figure out what it even fits. We're hoping you guys could help us out with some of that. If you see something that I had no idea what it was, either comment below or send us an email with ideas of what some of this stuff is, because we'd love to see it get back on the cars and get back out on the road instead of being scrapped. So that's it for now. I'm gonna try and start going through and organizing and pricing and putting some stuff up for sale. So we'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.